Magloire Some, who is Head of Policy for the World Wildlife Fund across Africa. Give me a sense of what it is you want to achieve, Laurent, here at the COP27.
First of all, as let's say a host of this COP in Africa, my main consolation, my main ambition would be to give a sense to my colleagues who came across the network to really feel at home and enjoy this day. This is my first ambition and expectation. Now, because they will be feeling themselves at home, now we have to go to job, to go for our policy pushes. And the policy pushes, yes, we came up as a network with a certain number of issues that we really care about. But specifically for Africa, we came up with a list, some of them, which is actually is an alignment with what we as a network has a priorities, but also what our constituency, the African countries, Africa community, we are also listening to them. How do we blend that into our priorities?
And some what of are them, those key priorities for the World Wildlife Fund?
Yes, those priorities include things like, I take example of something that's really no-brainer for us in Africa is adaptation. How do we cope with the effects of, let's say, hurricane and so on? We are not prepared for that yet. So we really want the international community to support us with technology, support us with the resources and let's say the technical knowledge to cope with the negative effect of that. And that's very important. And linked to that, the loss and damages. How do we cope with the loss when a hurricane comes through and so on here? And there again, we really want to ensure that this is even discussed, because until now, the international community has been dragging its feet, but we were happy yesterday to hear that it is on the agenda.
And certainly from the President
exactly.
Some Shukri himself, yes. Loss and damage is clearly on the agenda.
Yeah, and now let's not fool ourselves. It should not, it's actually for us the start of the journey, because there are certain things that have not been actually put on the table, which is we have to talk about actually compensation issues as part of the loss and damages, liability issues in that, but not to forget, of course, about the financial mechanism that will come to ensure that those who have lost something will be compensated for that. So this is another thing. But this is also happening in Africa, and you could see from the recent the international context that Africa, although we belong to this international community, but we have some particularities. We have all these poverty around us, but Africa has something that we special that we're offering, like our tropical forest that is there right there. And we really want the international community to understand that yes, it's a common responsibility what is happening to us, but maybe a special attention should be paid to Africa in terms of how certain resources are located, and so special attention can be given to Africa. And this again has been somehow agreed upon by yesterday in the agenda. Although it will not be a formal discussion, it will be a formal consultation. But this is already something very important that we can see as a breakthrough.
Just a question. Are you finding significant support from funding institutions, from the private sector across the continent?
Yeah, we're a bit nervous about that because so far there are pledges. That's why you will see between the lines that they say that this COP is an implementation COP. Why do implementation? We don't want pledges. We want people to put their hands in their pockets and make the dream come through, so that we could see now that the financial flow into the project, into our community, into our protected area, to make sure that we really walk the talk that we had in Glasgow and before Glasgow all those crops that we have.
Laurent, what do you say to people who say that this is simply a talk shop and that there's not much to be achieved?
Yeah, but we need that. Without that, I think nothing will happen. Yes, we believe in multilateralism. This is the opportunity for us and the possibility for us to voice things. If not, who will listen to us?
Thank you so much for your
Yes.
time. I've been chatting to Laurent
Thank you.
Magloire Some, who is Head of Policy for the World Wildlife Foundation in Africa.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.